I seen him fight his last fight. He was tired in that 12-round span. Like, you could tell every time he fight, it's always like a gas tank problem or...
Make it rough for anybody. But, you know, Tank is a different animal, too. So, it's a great fight. That's why everybody want to see it. We can't just look at it and say, oh, he going to win, or oh, he going to win. No.
People go in there and they're very obedient to Tank's power.
Shakur Stevenson warns Lamont Roach to avoid a rematch with Gervonta Davis.
I think it'll be a boxing match. People talk about his power. His power is great. You can clearly tell that he cracked.
Calling Davis the greatest with unmatched power. He says Tank is cracking fighters and won't give Roach another lucky chance with Davis looking more jacked than ever. Shakur.
Devin Haney, Tank, or would it be Ryan Garcia?
Nah, Ryan, just X him out. He's trash. It's going to be Tank. I ain't said it before, but I'm going to say it like me.
Advises Roach to be cautious or face serious consequences. Shakur Stevenson admits that if a fight with Gervonta Davis ever happens, it would be his toughest challenge. He acknowledges Davis's power skill and unpredictability, calling him a real threat. Shakur knows it wouldn't be easy and respects Davis as a dangerous opponent who could truly test his limits. Gervonta Davis appears stronger and more jacked than ever in new training footage, showing off his intense focus and physical transformation. His tweet, "Somebody is in trouble," adds to the buzz, suggesting he's locked in and ready to dominate. Fans are hyped for what's coming next in the ring. Roy Jones Jr. describes Gervonta Davis as a different kind of beast in the ring, while he admits the upcoming fight is
What are we expecting from this fight?
Well, we're expecting Gervonta just to continue to show us his dominance and show us who he really is. It's really a coming out party for Roach, but we kind of haven't seen him a lot. So he gets to show people what he has too. And usually when you get two guys who are boxers and amateurs, it's going to equate to a good fight for the first few rounds. But when they're in the pro round takeover, we'll find out, has Roach adjusted to being a pro yet, or is Tank too superior as a pro? And that's where the difference will come in.
Roach is coming up on weight. That, you know, a lot of people keep on saying that's a very big disadvantage for Roach. His power might not transfer to, you know, to this weight class. What do you got to say about that to the critics?
Well, I ain't really got nothing to say to the critics, because most of the time they don't know the hell they're talking about no weight, but I was able to carry my weight from 154 to heavyweight. You know how to do it right, when your weight, when your punch will come through. You don't know how to do it right, then yeah, you're gonna lose your punch. So if he's a good, fundamentally sound fighter with a punch, you're gonna have a punch at 130, then you're gonna have a punch at 140. If he's not really fundamentally that sound, then he won't. That's why Tank was able to jump around. Tank fought between 130 and 140, whatever weight he wants to. Why? Because he's a great fundamental puncher. So his punch gonna be the same no matter what weight he got on. If you are fundamentally sound, that don't matter. But if you're not fundamentally sound, then yeah, when you move up the weight, you're gonna lose your punch.
That's exactly what what I thought you would say. Like, you know, breaking that down and making understand that from 130, 135 to 140, I mean, you got to carry that power with you, and how are you going to punch?
If you got fundamentals, you're going to carry it automatically. I took it all with a heavyweight, from a junior middleweight.
He still believes Tank's raw power and skill will shine through. Jones expects Davis to dominate and prove why he's a force. No one should underestimate. Gervonta Davis has recently teamed up with a new coach, signaling a fresh approach as he prepares. For his upcoming rematch, this change shows he's taking things seriously, shifting gears from his usual routine to something more refined.
Fans, check it out. It looks like Gervonta Davis has a new coach. Now, this is Coach Mustafa. He's a well-known coach down in the Atlanta area, and it looks like he's starting to train with him. I know he has that upcoming rematch coming up. It looks like it's slated for June. Now, this coach is known for his working on timing, precision, accuracy. Those are some of the things that this coach is well known for. He's also been training Kevin Farmer for his past 2 fights. Now, what does this mean for Tank? Is he leaving Coach Kyle and Coach Kenny, or is he adding Coach Mustafa to the team? Is it smart to switch trainers so close to a fight? Let me know what y'all think down in the comments.
The training appears more structured, focused on sharpening his fundamentals and increasing his stamina. Observers have noted how committed Davis looks in the gym, hinting that he understands the stakes this time around and is making the necessary changes to ensure victory. There's growing consensus that Davis wasn't at his best in the first bout.
Set for August 16th in Las Vegas, and this is a rematch of one of the most controversial fights in recent memory, where Roach arguably won 7 to 8 rounds of that fight, and then Tank took a voluntary knee in round 9, which wasn't ruled a knockdown, but ultimately, it was scored a majority draw. Now in the rematch, I do expect Tank to look much better than he did in the first fight. I don't think that was his best performance by any means. And that means being more active in the early rounds, not just staying on the ropes looking for counters. And I'm sure he'll be willing to exchange more with Roach this time around. The left hands, the combinations, the body shots, that's where he had the most success in the first fight. And Roach, he just needs to stick to what made him so successful in the first fight. His forward pressure, staying behind that jab and right hand. But most importantly, he wasn't scared to take it to Tank, but he also didn't get too aggressive. Most of Tank's opponents, if they're scared of the power, they'll sit back on the ropes, get slowly broken down, or if they end up getting too aggressive, they get caught with the counterpunch. But Roach, he was sharp that whole fight. I would go Tank in the rematch. I think he has a lot more to show this time around. But Roach did prove to be a very tough test. But you guys let me know who
Whether due to distractions or poor strategy, fans and critics alike believe he underperformed now. With his reputation on the line, Davis seems determined to correct that. His latest moves suggest he wants to leave no doubt in anyone's mind about his capabilities. This time around, there will be no excuses.
We're hearing that they got the fight set and scheduled, and it's going to be in Vegas, and it's going to be this August. So, yeah, it's basically just been reported. And I'm not going to lie, we knew it was going to happen because they both said they down to do it. They both said they got to do the rematch because it was too close. All I'm going to say is I'm hoping that boy Tank, because he been quiet lately. Lamont, you been yapping. Talking about you should have won. You keep dwelling on that little almost close win. That boy Gervonta, that Tank, he been... We ain't never seen Tank in this mode. I will say that, Lamont, you're a very skilled fighter. But you should be nervous because we ain't never seen Tank like this. He quiet. Like, he's literally hushed, bro. You just see him training. And now out of nowhere, he's like, hey, bro, we can set the fight up. That's actually dangerous. That's actually dangerous when you think about it. Like, dude ain't said a word. Even once the fight was over and pressed, he got the little hat on. He like, yeah, I mean, we could do the rematch. And he said it. I'm going to go in the gym and I'm going to train. I'm going to just be quiet and work. Good match to Lamont. I ain't going to lie. If I was Lamont, I'll be a little nervous. You ain't got to be scared, but I will be a little nervous because usually Tank, he the one that's like, yeah, don't bring your moms to the fight. Don't bring your peoples to the fight. Dude been real hush-hush lately. I'm not going to lie, y'all. They said the fight set up for August. I might have to go to this one in person. In August is my birthday month. I might have to go to this one in person, bruh. Because this right here, at this point, they're rivals now. This is like the perfect boxing story. They come from the same side of the the mat, come from the same gym and camp. I'm not going to lie. They've been at it since they was kids. This like the perfect boxing story, y'all. I'm not going to lie. We might have to be in there in person. But like I said, y'all already know how I go. When it come down to it, I'm putting my money on my boy Tank. Lamont, you definitely are skilled, and I'm going into this fight knowing that basically I know you're going to put up a good one, but I got my money on Tank. We ain't never seen Tank like this, bro. Dude quiet, and he ain't saying nothing.
He wants the rematch to be a statement, not just a win. Experts and boxing followers have pointed out how silent Davis has been lately. While Lamont Roach has been vocal in interviews and social media, Davis has stayed mostly off the radar, according to many analysts. That silence is deliberate. They believe Davis is quietly...
What's going on in Tank's camp and, training with this person, training with that person.
Yeah.
Who has the edge heading into the rematch?
Neither one of them. Lamont, you know what? I'm lying. 55-45, Lamont.
Why?
Lamont got the edge because he already did the unexpected. He was supposed to get knocked out coming up from 130, and not only did he not get knocked out, he performed. Possibly won the fight. That's what some people believe. I thought it was a very close fight. I think, but after you asked me that question, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think Lamont do have a slight edge, just because he did what he wasn't supposed to do. So a lot of people go in there and they're very obedient to Tank's power, and Lamont wasn't that night. Lamont wasn't having it, and he said he wasn't having it. He said it before. Y'all tripping. Y'all must be really like tripping. So I guess we was tripping.
Could we see the most focused Gervonta Davis after him getting so much backlash for the performance, for the taking the knee, etc.?
This would be the night we have to see the most focused Tank Davis. Because if he's not the most focused, then he's gonna be in trouble. It's just that simple. This is the night you gotta be not on your A game, you gotta be on your everything game. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have everything with you that night, and you can't play about it. And you gotta mean it. Every step gotta be counted for, and he know that. So So I'm looking for this just to be a great fight.
This contrast, Roach speaking out while Davis remains silent, has fueled speculation that Tank is preparing something big for the rematch trainer. Greg Hackett didn't hold back in his recent comments, calling this rematch absolutely crucial for both fighters. According to him, no one has a real edge going in, and both